I would not be standing here were it not for the education I received. And I know many of us will say the same thing. And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my reelection race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it. And this is what we did. We recognized that in that initiative, as a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick. The school district has got a carrot. Let's work in tandem around our collective objective and goal, which is to get those kids in school. So to that end, on my letterhead, now let me tell you something about my letterhead. When you're the DA of a major city in this country, usually the job comes with a badge. And there is often an artistic rendering of said badge on your stationery. So I sent a letter out on my letterhead to every parent in the school district, outlining the connection that was statistically proven between elementary school truancy, high school dropouts, who will become a victim of crime, and who will become a perpetrator of crime. We sent it out to everyone. A friend of mine actually called me and he said, Kamala, my wife got the letter. She freaked out. She brought all the kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, if you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Today, we are going to look at a little bit of history on Miss Kamala Harris. Yes, Kamala, Kawala, whatever you want to call her, the current VP running for president of these United States of America. But she has a history, not only a terrible history as a DA, but Attorney General in the state of California. And we're going to talk about truancy today. But before we get further into it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get back into it.
Black Lives Matter to her. Why didn't I matter?
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding. I want money.
I don't agree what my Kamala Harris did to my mom.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
And I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I have sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is a hereditary disease, and it is very, very painful.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying, we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house, and they started banging on the door. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my shame.
We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot. during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke. I had a stroke about 4 or 5 days ago. And right now I'm doing pretty good. My hand is doing okay, I guess.
Let's be clear. My values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
The truancy program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
Do not trust Kamala Harris. I am on with that. And I'm going to have the full link to the full interview in the description box so you can take a look at it. See, Kamala Harris has a horrible history, and she lied. Charlemagne just asked her, did you lock up anybody? She said no. She did, clearly. She locked up this woman, and then she said she prosecuted 20. She locked people up. She locked up Black people for truancy, even with good excuses, like their child, Shayla, was in the hospital, and she had sickle cell, and you heard the story. And she also locked up Black people for very small offenses, non-violent first-time drug offenses, and gave them long sentences and even framed some and had the evidence that could have freed some and didn't bring it forth. Had those people locked up. You all heard me talk about Jamal Truelove, and he's just one of them. It's about around 1,500 Black people that she did that to. And yet they want to call Donald Trump some kind of a threat to Black people. Like he's a threat to democracy. Oh, no, that's just something they say because they're trying to do a dog whistle out to that man so somebody can take him out. That's what that's all about. They don't care. These people are ruthless. These people are bloodthirsty. In my opinion, they are. Okay. It looks like, Kamala Harris has a horrible history, and we want this. Some people are voting for her. It behooves me why we would even do this. Why? And I got to say this about Black people right now, and I don't care who get mad. It's my opinion, and I'm standing 10 toes down on it. Sometimes, a lot of times, not all, but a lot of times, Black people do the very thing to destroy ourselves. We hurt our own selves. We vote for a party that tells us to get rid of your unborn babies. We vote for them that bring things into our neighborhood to have us out of our mind. We vote for them that won't even let us have school choice. We vote for the very people that do us wrong. We vote for a party that came up with all these crime bills that locked up Black men left and right. Yeah, Jim Crow Joe, I did a video on him, and I'll link it at the end of this one. He said, we did everything but hang people for jaywalking. He used the word hang, and the media didn't even bring that up. But they want to bring up some BS about what Donald Trump said years ago that did not even affect people's lives. There was no policy that Donald Trump instituted that negatively had an impact on anybody. But the policies, that is what affect our lives. Not a mean tweet, not something he said years ago, but he wasn't even a politician. We're talking about policy while in office that affects people's lives. I just need people to get a clue. I need people to wake the heck up and stop being asleep at the wheel, being an ostrich, putting your head in the sand. Okay, this is an election year. We got to get about our business and most importantly, pray, because these Democrats have us going into World War III with their horrible policies. You wouldn't believe what they're up to. You would not believe. See my live on YouTube. See my live on the sovereignty of America. Yes, look at that and share it with everybody. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.